Greetings, everyone. Welcome. How you guys doing this evening? So grateful that you guys, you ladies, would come and be in this experience um, with myself and Gabrielle. We are now closing out our second cycle of Daughters of the 13 Moons and opening our third cycle. So we are very excited to because the momentum builds. It's an opportunity to really come in and build like energy and power together. Gabrielle, how you doing? Okay. Okay, so I'm not sure what her experience is just yet, but I'm gonna just move on. Okay. So, Daughters of the 13th Moon, empowering women through lunar magic. Um, we are a virtual community. We function on Mighty Networks, which is an app that allows us to come together, kind of like in a Facebook forum or any of the social media, and we come together through that platform. So Mighty Networks is where you will find us. So tonight we're going to introduce Daughters of the 13th Moon, understanding the moon phases and their significance, using moon phases to create daily magic, the workshops and activities that are offered, and building supportive community. Hi, Gabrielle. Are you there?
Hello, everyone.
Welcome. So, introducing Daughters of the 13 Moons. Daughters of the 13 Moons is a community that is devoted and dedicated to using and understanding the moon cycles for the purpose of creating our lives. It's a tool that we use to be conscious creators of our lives. The energy of the moon is the energy that governs the water on the planet, it governs your reproductive system, it governs reproduction, it governs our emotions and our feelings. So it's a highly powerful energy. And when we align ourselves to it, when we follow it, it has a way of becoming like a conductor of your life. Like it will lead you through experiences in ways that feel magical, but it really is just that you've charged and coded your system to be aligned to the universal patterns of the moon. So you find that things will occur in your experience that are charged by your relationship to the moon, which will often override the ego. It will override your mindset, which is the reason we do this. Gabrielle, you want to add anything to that?
Um, the lunar cycles, the empowerment. I'm just coming out of a meditative experience. I'm a little woo-woo-y.
Okay.
So yes, we can go on to the next one, Monique.
Okay. Um, so we'll talk more about that.
Mm-hmm.
So, our vision here at Daughters of the 13 Moons is to empower women and to empower women in a way. I personally have been in women's groups for 30 years and I have I have a unique um I have a unique experience with women, as we all do. Like that's not that's not that interesting. But my experience with women has been really understanding the how magical and powerful we are, and how much of our magic and power is being left on the table. How our magic and power is not being utilized by us, it's being utilized by everyone but us. It's being utilized by partners. It's being utilized by, you know, all these external things and to-do list and things to keep up with and materialism. Those are all the ways that our energy is being utilized. And women are the most powerful demographic in any culture in the world, right? And so when we don't have full ownership of ourselves, we don't really understand how our power works, what's available, and and it gets utilized by others. So our mission is to help women be empowered to understand how to use their energy, how to use your mind in a way that works for you, how to use your emotions and feelings in a way that works for you, how to cultivate intuition and creativity in a way that works for you, and how to participate in community in a way that works for you. So that is what we are up to, empowering the feminine. The benefits of joining this community and being a part of what we do here is that you get to access the resources of growing with other women. If there is one thing that I have done for myself that has been the most beneficial is to be in community with women so that I can see clearly places of expansion and places of decrease. Because when we understand the nature of being a woman, it's really a more subconscious experience than it is physical. Like our subconscious power has more, has a greater strength than our physical power. That's why men have physical strength. Their physical strength is more powerful, but our subconscious power is more powerful. So when we are in the community together, we get to see how the subconscious works. We get to, and it's invisible. So you can't, it's challenging to see when you're alone, when you're not in conscious community, because the subconscious is something that we don't view with our eyes. But when we're in community, you get to see how these patterns, the subconscious patterns, how they play out in your romantic experiences, how they're playing out in your work experiences, how they're playing out in your health and wellness, how they play out in your family. And this community allows you to begin to recognize those patterns because you will see them and visit them in other women. And we are a connection that is anchored in the spirit of oneness. So what we do together actually becomes a thing that catches on for everyone.
Mhm.
You want to add anything, Gabrielle?
Yes, I want to first say hi. I'm Gabrielle Zelina, also known as Pachamama or Pachama, and I am the co founder here at Daughters of the 13 Moons. I'm just so excited that you all are here for our orientation. And let me tell you, Daughters of the 13 Moons is, it literally is a resource for women. And that's not something we find everywhere where it's just like a well to come to and be replenished and have water. Okay. So every 3, 4 days, we are meeting on Zoom together. We are utilizing the rhythm of the moon to create our lives and have directive steps in moving our chi the way we want it to be. That is one of the number one issues I experience in coaching women is they don't know what they want. The Daughters of the 13 Moons program is a center point for women to come together and explore themselves, identify what is their natural desires or authentic desires to create, and we support each other in doing that. Last night we had a powerful celebration call because we're ending a cycle and starting a new one. And when I tell you it is so dynamic, to watch women go through a full moon cycle and see their reproductive system beyond making children. You know, the moon cycle is so connected to who we are as women. It's tied into our menstrual cycle, which has its own magic. And we talk about that usually during the clearing phase of the moon, which is our third phase. So it's just so powerful. And the benefits of joining cannot even be described. You have to experience it. So I want to say that, Monique.
Mhm. Thank you. I appreciate that. So, the 13 moons. So, we live in a world that has hijacked the natural rhythms of nature. And we are, we have a calendar that tells us there are 12 months in a year and all of these sort of things. And, the reason those systems have been hijacked is so that others can harness our power. That's why, for others to harness our power. But there are, in all ancient cultures, there was a clear understanding that there are 13 moon cycles a year. And
Right.
this work allows you to become more aligned to the natural rhythms of your own circadian system.
Yes.
And when you get in rhythm with your system, it really does change your life. You can't know it from what I'm saying now because if it's not something you do, but when you start to really follow the rhythm of the moon, you will feel it in your system, in your body, in your daily rhythms, in your connection to nature, in your connection with your children if you have them, in your connection with all humans. You will begin to tap into something that is innate inside of your coding that we often override. And these systems have been used by the Mayas, the Chinese. Like right now, the Chinese still use the Chinese moon calendar. It's how these ancient cultures practice this because they understand the value of it. We don't do it here in the West because we live in a culture that benefits from the citizens being ignorant. And so they keep that in place.
Yes,
The system
they
is,
designed the West designed a calendar that serves their agenda and their objectives. What happens here at 13 Moons is you become in tune with nature and design your own objectives.
yes, yes,
Okay.
yes. And so it really is a deeply spiritual experience. We're attempting to talk about something you really can't put words to, honestly.
We're trying though.
We are. We are. But when you're in it and you experience it, then Then it's like, oh, this is what it is. Like I remember
Mhm.
talking to someone last month, and she was like, "My gosh, the energy's so potent." I'm like, "Yeah, because we hold together, and when people come in, whatever is going on in your life that needs to shift is going to begin to shift immediately." Like it's like getting on a conveyor belt of the moon, and you just get right. It's sort of like that. It's interesting. Okay. Um, so the moon phases affect our emotions.
Yes.
You know, if you can think about how you feel before your period starts, how you feel after your period, all of that is the emotional energy of your system. Your energy levels are impacted by the moon phases, which then impacts your decisions.
Yes.
And it's very important to know as a woman to be tuned in to make decisions from an intuitive place and not from a place of logic only.
Yeah.
Because intuition really leads you into your future self, but
Right.
logic leads you backwards.
Right.
So,
Right.
this work will help you tap in and grow your trust in your intuition so that you can really know what choice to make for your future self. You can't know it otherwise. It's a really interesting thing. Like we can be stuck in crazy ass patterns for long periods of time because we're functioning from logic.
Yep.
You want to add anything to that, Miss Gabrielle?
I think it's just important to know that we are a part of nature.
Hmm.
The moon is a part of nature, your body is a part of nature, and we all are interconnected. Nature is not, oh, I'm going outside to see the trees. No, you yourself are nature. The way that sun affects you every day, when it's really bright and it's beaming and your spirit is lifted, you are a part of nature. You're integrated. The way the moon, when it's full, those nurses down at the hospital, they will tell you it's a lot of crazy stuff coming through them doors
Hmm.
because those that full moon affects your system.
Hmm.
And so what we've created at Daughters of the 13th Moon is a sacred system that guides your energy so that you can optimize on nature. We have been so we've been so removed, and the systems we live in today, the educational systems, the medicinal systems, the all of them, religions, at one point nature was intertwined into everything, but the more and more we have civilized, the more we have come away from mother nature herself, and we're all her children. And that is why we named Daughters of the 13 Moons, Daughters of the 13 Moons. It is a reclamation that you are a daughter of nature.
Hmm.
You are covered simply because of that. And this is your space to really return to your sacred rhythms and explore yourself, explore your truths, explore pain, explore the traumas, and really utilize the moon cycles to heal, to manifest, to direct yourself where you want to go so that you can actually be sovereign. To
Hmm.
be sovereign, you have to know what direction you want to go into. And we are living in a time where we don't need the leaders anymore. Like the leader needs to tell me what to do. You are your own leader. You've always been your own leader. Yes, we can come together and be a team and work together, but this is where you become the leader of your life and you have systems to support you in doing that. Okay. So, yes, we have workshops and activities. And Monique has been working on something very special for Daughters of the 13 Moons. It's like an extension program that's centered around one of the planets. I'm not going to drop all the juice right now, but we are adding on to this program and really supporting women and just being their most dynamic version.
Hmm. Yes, we want to create like we're creating a community where we're building, and I have been like Gabrielle, we both have been doing this work for many years, like, you know, and what I have learned is that it's a process. It's not an all or nothing kind of thing. Like when you're a baby, you're born a baby, you're not born an adult. And so the process of building your relationship to the lunar cycles and the planetary energies is it can't be all or nothing. It's not a microwave experience. And the moon goes around the same circle every month, and she takes 28 days to do it, and she's been doing it for billions of years. So there's a lot of energy and power to tap into in that experience, but we have to grow ourselves in it. It's not like it's not an all or nothing. It literally is a little bit at a time. And so that's the reason that, for this the first month Gabrielle and I came together and we just sort of got ourselves in, and there were 23 or 20 about 23 women here. And then the second month we hit a Mercury retrograde, we hit a Venus retrograde, we hit eclipse season, we hit all of these basically energetic storms. And to be able to stay on track while we are in a cosmic tornado is a power of the feminine to be able to harness energy while, you know, if you've ever been a mother of a lot of young kids, you know how all there's all that chaotic energy, or you're a teacher of children, right? Like, and to be able to hold space for yourself and stay in the center of a storm is a power of the feminine.
Facts.
So that is one of the things that we really are up to, like understanding the lunar phases and how they are showing up in our own lives on a regular basis. And like Gabrielle said, we come together on Zoom every 3 to 4 days and discuss the phase of the moon that we are in and the rituals that support that phase so that you can go away and do that work and then come back in the next 3 to 4 days for the next work. You know, this is a discipline, y'all. This is a discipline. Like, this is not like, oh, I mean, it's sometimes it is like, oh, we just love each other so much. But most of the times it's not. It's literally like dun 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 dun. You know, it's there is a consistency, a rhythm, and and you get to align yourself to it. So we have ritual practices, and we're meeting every 3 to 4 days in community together. So it's a it's real work. That's all I'm saying. It's real work.
Yes. And then we have a group app for you to share videos, share pictures. We share everything. The events are listed. You just have to click a add calendar button. And so that's, a central point because you're getting notifications that Monique is going live and talking about, what's going on and what moon phase we're in. So it's a very immersive experience.
Mhm.
Okay. It's a collective community experience. And Monique and I, we facilitate and we share, but we also open the floor for newcomers to share where they are and allow everyone to be supported. Sometimes Monique needs support in her objective for that moon cycle. Sometimes I do. Sometimes newbies, they're scared to say or type or share, so we have a little thread where you can just type out and it's not as open and out there. So we've made various pockets of how to connect and how to stay connected, because the one thing we know is women are more powerful together.
Mhm.
Women need each other. As much pain that we've been through, as much mother wounds that we have, I know I have worked through mine for the last 15 years. I need my sisters. I need
Mhm.
to learn from women. I need women that are older than me. I need the
Mhm.
spunk and the bright prism of the younger women. I need
Mhm.
women in my life. I
Mhm.
need sacred sisterhood. And so Monique and I created this space to give ourselves that and to also share our sacred practices that we have been supporting each other with for the last decade.
Mhm. Thank you, Gabrielle. Rachel says, "What are the days and times we meet?" We meet. The days vary because every month the cycles are on a different thing. We usually meet
Yes.
sometimes we meet at 5 Eastern time. Sometimes, like today, we made it 6 Eastern time. But everything
Love.
is recorded. Everything is recorded. So if you're not able, we have people, women in the group who aren't able to come to the meetings, but we record everything. We put everything in the community so you can go back and look at it at your leisure, um, when you have time to do it. So we
Yep.
I haven't posted the calendar yet, but I will
Yep.
it at the beginning of the month when we get the calendar, you will know all the meetings for that for that month. Like, we'll give you every single meeting for that month at the beginning.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. And our meeting days are organic to where the moon is. So unfortunately, it's not like a rigid schedule because she ain't rigid. She be phasing out. She's just doing her thing. Where is she?
Yeah.
Um, and so they usually are the meetings either are 8 p.m., 8:30, or 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that's between 5 and 6 Pacific time. So they are in the evening when I'm a mom of four. My children are usually down. Sometimes they're on my lap when I'm presenting. But
Mm,
it's a mom friendly. hopefully work friendly station for everybody to come together. Kay
Yeah.
Harris, I am here because I suck at long-term relationships, but I long for fellowship. Oh, please come work that out with us.
Yes.
Work that out with us. I love that honesty. That is the first step to setting a new objective.
Absolutely.
Mm,
Are
powerful.
you it's and that is a such that's such a beautiful intention to create a deeper connection with long term, because that just means that you get to be more deeply in love with yourself. Like
Ashe.
like our desire for long-term relationship has to mirror the depths of our connection to ourselves and our love for ourselves and our care for ourselves. And when it does, when we are so satiated, I and let me tell you, because I have been the type, Gabrielle will tell you, I am like not interested in, I have not been interested in a relationship. And I really fell so in love with myself that I just didn't even want to turn my attention away from myself. And when I did, I looked up, I was like, oh, everybody's here to love me now. It was really a trip. It was like, wow, the universe is mirroring to me how I am with myself. And
Yes.
it's it's mind blowing. It really is. So I get that. I get that, Kay.
Mhm.
Um, building a supportive community. So at Daughters of the 13 Moons, that is our major intention, to build a supportive community for women to heal and access their magic, to really understand that our ability to heal and our ability to access magic is a part of a communal experience. Having relationships and collaborating helps us be who we are here to be.
Yes. Yes.
It,
Yes. Yes.
there's no other way for us to fully activate without others.
Yes.
So, as we said, we will give guidance. We have mentorship, in the group. The women sharing their own experiences is a way for us to learn from one another. Um, Celebrating one another. We cry together. We have all of that. And it is all of those things are necessary. We have to bring every part of ourselves to the table in order for us to have and access our power. You cannot leave anything behind.
That's right.
And
That's
most of us are cut off from ourselves because we didn't know how to process wounds, this is the work that will help you learn how to bring every part of yourself. Bring every
yes.
part of yourself. Okay.
Oh, that's the major work, y'all. I literally can be triggered by someone or something, and it's really an invitation to love every part of myself. And the moon phases remind me of that. The moon phases, you get to be every part of yourself, just like the moon in the sky. And so that'll be a part of my objective this moon cycle. I'll be sharing because it's not the easiest work for me.
Mm-hmm. I say, Gabrielle. Cece said, thank you for holding space. I'm curious about the types of people in the community. Are there shared norms? How many people are involved? Also, how much capacity should we allocate to truly engage in the experience? Oh, that's beautiful. So the creators of this community are Black women. So that's who we are. But this is a safe community for all women, but it is created by Black women. And so that is, I have been in communities with women from all, I've been in spiritual community with white women, with Asian women, and it's a different experience. Like I have a different background, so I'm going to come with a different level of wisdom, a, I have a different tone. You know what I mean? Gabrielle is, she got a Black mother, and so this is a space created by Black women. but it is safe for all women.
Absolutely.
Who are safe within themselves, and we can have rigorous conversations because we know that we're here to heal from this very brutal culture that we have been conditioned in. So as long as people are really willing to take responsibility for their own things, like I have a client, she's 84 years old, and she's like, I grew up in the racist of the dark, like in Texas. And as long as she's here to take responsibility for where she came from, we can all do that together. You know what I mean? That's not we
Yep.
all we're healing the ideas of separation here. So the
Yes.
community is mostly Black women. There are not only Black women, but it is mostly Black women.
Mhm.
And there are women here there are women from East Africa. I think maybe the youngest is 25, 23, 24, something like that, from East Africa. And then the woman who I said is 84 and from Texas, and so that's the there's
The
a
range.
yeah, there's a range.
Yeah. One shared norm that I would say is every woman here is a woman who wants to see her power actualized in the world.
Mhm,
Some women have children, some women are older, some women are younger, but that is the shared norm. Some women are poly, some women are monogamous. Like there is a variety of women here. But the shared normal thing that I would say is these are all women who want to see their power externalized and they're devoted to themselves.
mhm,
Um, and that's really it. We really value variety and uniqueness. I'm an Aquarius, so I love uniqueness. Um,
mhm. Diversity.
Diversity is the word. Thank you.
Yes.
And me and Monique are the primary facilitators, and then we have our committed members. And how much capacity should we allocate to truly engage? I would say being available every 3 to 4 days to jump on the live is really where you want to be, so that way you can get the process that we're currently inside of that's aligned with where the moon is. The moon phase is what governs where we are inside of our work, and
Mhm,
that changes over every 3 to 4 days. um and like I said, there's threads happening. So it just depends on what level of engagement you are looking for, because
mhm,
our community is moving daily. But 3 to 4 days minimum is really the investment I would speak on.
mhm. And the phases move quickly. They move
Yeah, they do.
They move quickly. Charmaine, how are you? Would you be willing to come in and say, because you were here this is your first month here. Would you be willing to share your experience?
Yay.
Sure. Greetings.
Charmaine just
Um,
her first cycle.
I
Amazing.
did. I am I'm really grateful for this community because I too have invited sisterhood, and I'm an artist, and I am also initiated a yearbook tradition and have a whole history around ancestral veneration. So my work is uplifting a tradition called the ring shout, and it is an act of prayer, but it is a communal prayer. And so I am grateful because this serves as that ritual, by being in prayer in community with you all. And then I have been documenting my cycles in a surge of power that I experience, for about 5 years, but not having a vocabulary. So this gave me the vocabulary. And then sometimes I feel isolated and not clear what's happening in my power. And this gave me like other people are going through it too. Like, okay. And then because I'm getting the vocabulary and other people are going through it too, and we're checking in, I categorize the rituals with the community as self-care. So I that's how I prioritize my presence here. And so in terms of your commitment to the practice and the daily act of ritual and self-care includes whatever is going on with the moon. So I've been journaling, I've been naming things, I've been affirming myself, I've been doing all these things with everyone, and it has totally made a significant difference in my life and in this first month. And I'm so grateful this first moon cycle that it happened during this tornado, cosmic tornado, because I know that that would not. I am affirming that I am harnessing that power in community for a reason, and that I am enough. You know, it whatever this transformation is ahead, and so I'm on a ride. It's all happening, and I'm grateful for the guidance. I joined the community because I've been listening to the nodal um, class that Monique is teaching on social media, and I check in with that every day. And I'm in Atlanta, so I always check in at noon because she usually does it around 9 in the morning or your time or so in the morning, first thing. So I'm like in ritual in that and learning, and it's always in sync, exactly like a mirror to me. So all of this is affirming, and I am grateful, and I hope to get to know you and continue to build. And it's personal, but it also is humankind, um, is what we are creating, for the, what humanity will be here forward, for ourselves first, but we recognize what is happening for the planet or in this moment in history. So
Thank you so much, Charmaine. That's so beautiful.
Mm,
So
thank
beautiful. We are excited for more ladies to join our sisterhood, join our community. And I just dropped a link in the chat. You can join us at Daughters of the 13 Moon by clicking this link, filling in a very minimal intake. We want to get to know you. We want to understand why you're feeling called to this type of work, and go ahead and sign up. It's only 139 a month right now. And we have so many amazing programs to give back to our members. This month we're rolling out, when you refer sisters to join, you can win things like or be receive astrology sessions with Monique. And I am also a hypnotherapist. I offer a very unique ceremonial hypnotherapy. And I kind of take you in a journey in one of our phases to infuse your subconscious. We really do the work here. This is not about action orientedness, even though that's included. We really do the work to take care of our holistic experience. And so, again, I'm Gabrielle Zelina, and I invite you to join us tonight and become a Daughters of the 13 Moons. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to Monique Ruffin or myself, and you can actually send us an email at the oracle desk at gmail.com if you feel like you're on the fence and you're not sure. The next cycle starts tomorrow.
It starts on the 20th.
On the 20th. Okay. Oh, yeah, we started early this month. We usually do it right before. Okay,
Yeah.
so you have 3 days.
Yes. And
Great.
I want to add that it's if you're going to if you're considering joining, the work really requires dedication. And so the first month, I'm so happy you're here, Charmaine, to talk about how the first month was for you. But it takes about 3 months to really get the energy acclimated. Charmaine has been following her cycles already. So if you're somebody who's already had some sort of rhythm with this, then your first month might like Charmaine sound like it's almost like she got it. You know what I mean? But for the average, it's gonna take like you have to give yourself an opportunity, right? Like so if you're gonna come in, your first month might be bumpy, like, but trust the process. Like really trust the process and allow yourself to get saturated with it and I want to say it takes for the average person who's new to language because it's a new language. It's in your body, but it's a new language. And I would say it takes about 3 months to really come into it fully. Yes, at the meetings we teach you everything about the cycle and we give you rituals to use and we have a community together where we can talk about everything. So we are always there. Is there a meeting on the 20th? If so, what time? I don't we don't have we don't the it's not um oh so if we're meeting on the yes, the meeting we are going to have a meeting on the 20th because the cycle starts on the 20th, and it'll probably be at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard.
Yes, all meetings are archived inside of our community app for you to watch anytime.
Yeah, they'll be saved. So if you're not able to get there, the video will be there, and you can check it out at your time, at your leisure.
Yes.
Or the meeting, yeah, okay, yep.
I wanted to add one thing really quickly. Um, I recognize that it may seem like I've really got it in the first month, but it really was me recognizing what has always been. So it wasn't something new.
Yes.
It was just me recognizing it. So I want to affirm that in you all, you
Mhm.
know, that you will just go, oh, that's what that is. That's okay, good. Somebody else is doing that. And that's the name of that. Okay, that's why I journal like that. Okay, yeah. Got it. You know, because we all sort of move naturally this way. And it's
Yeah.
just being aware of it and then speaking that language again. So it's a remembering. So I say.
Ashe.
That's right. It's a remembering. That is absolutely right. It is a remembering, and you really do remember. It's really interesting.
Yes.
You really
Yes.
begin
Yes,
to
indeed.
remember the stuff that you didn't even know you needed to remember.
Yes, indeed. You definitely feel home.
All right. Anything else? Any other questions from anybody?
Yep, we'll put these links and emails inside of our community group. You are a part of the landing station and the chat box that we have. And so if anybody has any questions that's coming up, send it there. And we will see you on April 20th for our first gathering.
Yeah. Thank y'all for coming.
Good night. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.